As we mentioned, a great power comes with the combining of functions. We already covered partially this topic, but let's see it on the example. It is very important to understand nesting to get some particular data from our tables. So in our following example, from our employees table on HR schema, I'm gonna split the phone number as following. So when I execute this query, we can see that the phone number is concatenated by a couple of number and periods. So in our example, the first numbers before the first dot could be, for example, a state or county number. And what if we want to pick up only those three numbers and separately the following numbers? We can do that on multiple ways. And on real job tasks, a solution may come differently. So you have to have also problem-solving skills. But of course, the knowledge of basic SQL functions has to exist. In my example, I've split the phone number as numbers before the first period and the rest of it in two ways. So in my first way, I'm using the substring function, as in I'm splitting the phone number. I'm starting from the first character and I'm using the INSTR function, which returns the position of the first dot. So I'm searching for this first dot because our region number could be only one number or two numbers or more than three. So we cannot split directly by three characters, right? And I'm using the -1 as it's gonna pick up the dot position, our INSTR function. So this is the fourth character. And I want to fetch the number without that dot. So I'm using additionally -1 as our substring function accepts the full phone number. It is starting from the first position and I want to go up to the position before the dot. So it is fetching 515. As our INSTR function has found, the first occurrence of the dot is on position 4 and I deduct this by 1. The rest of the phone number is quite similar, only I'm picking up the position of the first dot. I'm adding a 1 position after it and I'm fetching the rest of the result. So I get all the characters after the first dot. A second solution to this problem, I used the RTRIM and the LTRIM function. In this way, I just omitted the using of -1 and +1 when fetching the position of our first dot, as I'm trimming away the dot. So for the first three numbers, our substring function returns this as 515 dot, and I'm using the RTRIM function to cut off the dot. Our last column in our query, we are getting dot 1, 2, 3, dot 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm trimming away the first dot. So important thing to remember is, like in normal math, first the inner functions are being calculated. After that, the outer. As you can see, for example, in our two last columns, we are first calling the INSTR function, where we fetch the position of the first dot. Then we are substringing, as in cutting off from our result. And at the end, we are trimming away our dot. And the same applies for the last column. This is only one example. Try to set up tasks for yourself and see how nesting of different functions works. And see you in the next lesson.